at 30%, there's no way anybody can create jobs. If interest rate is 30%, there won't be any job creation because we're actually stifling growth. So interest rate can remain 30, but then no growth will happen.
Like they say, there cannot be fire without a smoke. So in February 2024, His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, once said that the inflation rate in Nigeria and again the interest rate in Nigeria will damage the economy, which is very fragile already. And this will destroy the country completely. The government need to do something. We have repeatedly complained, talked about the policies of this present administration and how they have been able to handle the economy in a wrong path. But they seems not to listen. All they know is just to see politics in everything anybody is saying. When the opposition is calling them out to look at the issues before them, they don't look at them. They call them names and all of that. Now, the richest person in Africa, Nigeria, to be precise, Aliko Dangote, now added his own voice to this particular issue.
Today we're battling with a very high interest rates. This interest rate is now saying that we should fight inflation. Your Excellency, the other countries, why did they jack up interest rates? Because during COVID, the G7 countries pumped money into their economies to the tune of 18.9 trillion. So their economies were they were evaporated with so many things. So there are so much of money chasing few goods. So if you have so much of money chasing fewer goods, it means that everything is going to go up. But Your Excellency, during COVID, we did not, and I repeat, we did not reflect any economy at all. We didn't do anything. The only thing that we did was sharing of palliatives. I'm not talking about Nigeria now. I'm talking about Africa in general. There's no any African country that can. Maybe some few have actually given lower interest rates. But right now, Your Excellency, at 30%, there's no way anybody can create jobs. If interest rate is 30%, there won't be any job creation because we're actually stifling growth. So interest rate can remain 30, but then no growth will happen unless that interest rate goes down.
No economy, no country will be able to grow its economy with this high level of interest rates. But then, let's not forget that during the 2023 general election, there were a lot of promises coming from all the presidential candidates. And His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, have a lot to say about the northern part of the country. But before we talked about that, Aliko Dangote once said that a country that is depending on importation is only importing poverty. That you have to produce something in order to grow your economy. And that have been the conversation of Mr. Peter Obi. We have to leave consumption to production. Defending the Naira, which the APC-led government were doing, that the Naira against the dollar of the thing was an achievement for them when the Naira dropped to 1,100 to $1, of which even before they took over power, that a Naira was to $1 was less than 600. But now, look at it now. What is actually happening? You can only defend your currency or build the economy on production.
The greatest assets of Nigeria today is the vast uncultivated land in the north. If you put that land into production, it will make a difference. The future of Nigeria lies in the north. In the whole of the north, there's vast land in which we can use to produce food for Nigeria and for export. When we have all the land that is uncultivated in the north, all I was passing is vast land that can create a future. 4 kilometers of land Niger State, they can feed themselves. And when you talk about the vast land in the north, Niger State is 76.3 square kilometers of land. Just Niger State here. That state cannot feed itself. That state can produce all the rice and everything that we need. 76.3 thousand square kilometers. They can't feed themselves. So forget oil. For me, I'm not going to focus on oil. I'm going to focus on how do we get this vast land cultivated.
Now, that is all that Mr. Peter Obi have been saying during and even after the election. There is a lot of arable land in another part of the country. Have they been able to harness those land in order for production to happen in Nigeria? We will be able to produce and even feed ourselves and West Africa at large. In fact, the whole world, if we decide to make good use of our land. Look at Netherlands. Look at other European nations and what they have been able to achieve with the little portion of land given to them by, as some people will say, God. But that is what they were able to, they have been able to achieve a lot with the little they have. But we, with our vast land, the only thing we know how to do in this country is just religion, ethnic bigotry, and politics. We bring all these things into every conversation that we want to have, and that is the reason why the country is going backward. What do you make of all what Aliko Dangote is saying? And Peter Obi have been saying this for a very long time now. Let's have a take at the comment section. Thank you for watching.